today we're on a little field trip. We're driving down to Louisville, Kentucky, which is about 2 hours from me. My wife has really been wanting to get a truck of her own, something that we can kind of project that we can do together. And we've been looking at a lot of tin grill stuff. You know, she was really wanting like a 72 through 76, specifically that body style. And I think it was last year, we drove to New York City to look at a truck that we kind of both really had our heart set on. It was a 75, I believe, and it was club cab, short bed, 4-wheel drive. It had been restored in the late 2000s, I think 08, 09, and it was originally an Arkansas truck, and then it spent some time out west, and then the guy that owned it in New York, he got it from Meekham's, the auction, and we found all of the restoration pictures of it online. It was super cool truck, charcoal gray. It was, you know, it was really the exactly what she was looking for type of truck. Had a couple things, you know, like it had 4-inch Skyjacker lift springs on it. That's not really our thing. It had a painted grill instead of, you know, somebody painted the original tin grill on it. But for the most part, you know, it looked like a nice piece. It looked perfect come and swap type deal. So we hauled a trailer 10 hours up to New York, and we get there, and this thing is it's pretty rusty. Not pretty rusty to some people's terms, but we wanted something that was truly rust-free. We wanted something that we did not have to do any paint and body work on. That's what my dad does, so I know how much that stuff costs. I know how much that stuff takes time-wise. And that was the big stipulation when we talked to the guy. We said, hey, you know, I don't care about any mechanical issues with this thing, but the body has to be rust-free. And of course he said it was, and we got there, and my wife's trained on this stuff. We've been together since 09, and so she's been around my dad and the body shop stuff for a long time now. And so we both knew within 5 minutes of looking at the truck that we were not buying it. So that was pretty disappointing, you know, when you think you found the one and it's not the one. So we've kind of low-key been on the hunt for one ever since, and we just really haven't found anything that's been worth buying. Found a couple, but sometimes, man, it's hard to get people to even like message you back on Facebook Messenger and stuff. I miss the days of Craigslist. But so we haven't really found what we're looking for, and we seen a truck pop up on Facebook that's not exactly what she was looking for, but it's a Dodge truck, and it's something that she definitely likes. So we're gonna go check it out. It's only 2 hours from us, so it's not like we got to make a big commitment. The guy seems super cool. He's sent us a bunch of pictures and videos of it. It's black, so right there, you know, that's a win in my book. This thing has 93,000 original miles on it, so it could be really nice. It could be what we're looking for, but it could also not be what we're looking for. So we're gonna go down here and check it out and see exactly what it is. And if the dude's cool with it, we'll turn the cameras on and we'll, you know, do a walk around and show you guys what it is, what we're looking for, and show you guys what to look for if you're gonna go buy a vehicle. If you're looking for a project, our big thing is no rust. You know, on this particular truck, the paint kind of matters because it's not exactly what she wants, but it's nice enough to where she'd be okay with this particular truck. But if you're looking for a truck that has no rust, you want to check the bottom of the doors, inside and out. So when you open the door, you want to look underneath the door panel at the pinch weld and see if it's rusting there. If it's rust in there, that door is going to rust out. It's only a matter of time. the bottom of the rockers, where once again at the pinch welds, where they meet the floor pan, the inner part of the rocker. If that stuff is starting to rust, if it's brown, it's going to rust. The cab corners on a Dodge truck, you know, on any of the older Dodge trucks, any first gen and older, the seams they're seamed together, the cab corner and the rocker, and at those seams you want to look for rust there. Wheel wells, you want to look in the wheel arches if you can, and they'll rust there. They'll rust at the bottom of the front fenders. You want to make sure that you spend the time to really check it over and make sure that it is as clean as what you're willing to deal with. So the other thing is you want to make sure the roof at the where the molding is, the pinch weld on the top of the roof, is the water, the way a first gen or older truck is made, the water will lay up in there and it'll want to push underneath the seam sealer, and then with age and sun, the seam sealer will start to crack and that water will get under there and it'll start to rust it out. So there's just a lot of areas that you want to look for, and that's what really makes it so hard to find a nice old Dodge truck, is because there's so many places where they rust. If you're looking for something with nice paint, you know, that's a lot easier, because you can kind of look at it and see, okay, is it shiny? Is it peeling? Is it flaking? Is it got a bunch of dings and dents? It gets a little harder if you're not necessarily trained in body work, but if you're looking for something nice, you know, you don't want it to look like it's waving at you when you look down the side of it. That's usually an indication that it's got a lot of Bondo in it and it's had a lot of bad body work. So that's also very problematic. You don't know how that repair was done. You don't know if it's got a 1/4 inch of Bondo or just a skim coat like it's supposed to. So the paint side of it can be easier, but it can also be harder, because you kind of have to know a little bit about paint and body to know exactly what you're looking for there. And then of course the easiest part of it is the mechanical stuff. Just, does it ride all right? Does it stop okay? Does it sound okay? If you're looking to do something like what we're wanting to do and put a Cummins in it, then it doesn't really matter. And that's kind of what we're wanting to do with this build. Is obviously, you know, we're Cummins people. We want to put a 12 valve in it, and we kind of want to document the whole process and show you guys what I think is a good combination for, like, say, an 800 horsepower street truck that you can go drive the crap out of and take to the track on Friday nights and race. I know a lot of the stuff I do is 4-wheel drive, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that want 2-wheel drive content. In 10 miles, take the 2-wheel drive on the left to merge onto I-264 west. And the 2-wheel drive trucks are a lot easier to find nicer ones, so that's what we've been looking at, is a lot of 2-wheel drive stuff. So I think that would be fun to do some 2-wheel drive content for you guys that might race 2-wheel drive stuff, that, you know, maybe need some help in the chassis department. And then just anybody that would be interested in putting together a hot running 12 valve, you know, I think that this would be a good build where we could document how to do it, and how to do it all on a budget. You know, this isn't something that we have much budget for, really. We've already acquired a bunch of stuff for it. Kind of had some hand-me-down stuff from Newman's Race Truck. We were able to work out deals on. Got some used parts already. So really, we just need a truck, and we have a lot of the components that we need to get started on it, but we're just holding out for the right truck. We want to start with a nice truck that we don't have to do a full restoration on, because that's not something that either of us have time for, and full restorations are expensive. I don't care if you can do all the work yourself. They take a lot of time, they cost a lot of money. So we're just trying to find the right platform to start with, and then it'll be better for us, it'll be better for you guys wanting to watch the build. We'll be able to do it a lot quicker, we'll be able to enjoy it quicker, and we'll be able to get content out there quicker. So we're gonna get down here, we're pretty close to where this guy's at, and if he's cool with it, when we get there, we'll turn the cameras back on and show you guys what we're looking at. All right, so here it is, 92 150. Looks pretty good. Let's take a look at it and see exactly what everything will look like. So usually the first thing I do when I look at this kind of stuff is immediately I'm gonna look at the bottom of the fenders. I'm gonna make sure that the very bottom around the pinch weld's not rusted. I'm gonna make sure there's no rust coming through over here. Same with the rockers. I'm gonna make sure the bottom of the rockers are in good shape. This seems to be very nice. The back side of the rockers look really good. That would be the inner rocker. The outer rockers are really nice. Cab corners the same way. It's really dirty right now. It's been raining all day. My dad used to build wrecks, and he always said, don't get your emotions involved when you're buying something. Don't look at something in the rain. Don't look at it at night. And he's right. It's not raining right now, but it was raining earlier, so this thing needs a really good bath to see exactly what it is. But first glance at some of the important parts, it's looking pretty good. You want to make sure that these wheel wells, you want to try to get up in here, get your hand up in here, get your eyes up in here, and this is where this stuff is going to rust, especially these LE style moldings. You know, when you're buying something like this, there's really no way to pull the moldings off and see what you've got, but you can get a good indication of what you've got by the way everything else looks with a truck like this. If you bring your camera down here, you can see it's got the factory undercoating still. The frame is in pretty good shape, especially for supposedly this truck's been in Louisville its whole life. So usually you can get a pretty good idea of what this bed is going to look like underneath those wheel flares. Another place you want to look for rust on these things is underneath the tailgate and this back part of the bed here. Usually if like this truck has a bed liner in it, so you don't know exactly what you've got until you take that bed liner out. But usually if you come and look in this back part of the bed right here, if this is in good shape, it's a pretty good indication that the floor of the bed's going to be in good shape. As you can see, that one seems to be really nice. Man, definitely needs a bath. It's been neglected on the bath thing. So this is a 318 truck, it's a 5.2 liter, woo. But supposedly everything works with it. The AC is cold, got that R12, got that good AC. It's the heat works, the power, everything works. You know, it's an LE truck, so everything works on the inside. Interior, just, you know, typical. It's got the porno red, man. What can we say? It's red interior, but that's something that, you know, not a deal breaker to us. More concerned about, dang, more concerned about John Force going through the parking lot. The you know, just the quality of the lack there of rust. You know, good straight clean metal truck. But the interior is very complete, and honestly, it's not bad for, you know, for what you get. What do you think? Just needs a bath. You know, the whole thing really needs a bath. Yeah, probably some nice steam cleaning. Just some love. Just needs some love. It needs clean. Dude, the radio is super cool. You gotta show him the radio. So, old dude said that he got this from Jegs, and it's a factory replacement radio, but that button right there is an aux cord. So it looks just like a factory radio, but it's got an aux cord. That's pretty cool. I mean, man, that's cool. So the doors open and shut nice. I mean, dude, that shuts nicer than my race truck. That's true. You know, not that this really matters to us a whole lot, but he said he put some new tires on it about a year ago. He just did the brakes about a year ago. It drives phenomenal. Like, for a 93 model truck, it's only got 93,000 miles on it. And, I mean, you drove it. It's pretty, yeah. It stops good. It steers good. It's very tight. Easy to drive. Tight like a Taiga. It's pop the hood. Dude, that door shuts so nice. Like, you never get them that they shut that good. Unless my dad gets a hold of them. I can make them shut perfect. We're gonna have to get him on here. Oh yeah. We have to get his take on this. So, once again, you know, it needs a bath, but screaming 318. Yep. I mean, whew, That is the epitome of horsepower. But seriously though, everything is in really good shape. It's really clean under here. Look, it's even got the factory jack. You know, it just needs clean.
Just needs some love.
But man, it's all there.
I mean, it even has the stickers.
Yeah, it's got the stickers.
And that's pretty cool.
It's, you know, the tops of the, look, the paint's not in the best shape. I wish the paint was in a little bit better shape, to be honest with you. But the thing with something like this, especially because this is the color, this is one of the colors that you said that you wanted.
Yep.
And the nice thing about picking something that's a color that you already wanted is, man, you don't, like, you clean all this up really good, and now you don't have to paint any of this engine compartment stuff. You can just keep it clean, keep it nice. That's gonna save so much time and money. It's gonna be way easier to come and swap this thing without having to go through and do a bunch of body work, a bunch of paint. And honestly, I'll trade this paint problem for how straight this body is. Like, for a 93 model truck, this thing is straight. You know, it's got your couple little things in the bed sides, but dude, these beds were not perfect from the factory. At least not if you ask my dad.
That's true.
But seriously, this thing is like, honestly, it's pretty nice. I think it's a good platform for what we're wanting to do with it. I think that it's something that we can put some time into and put some love into and make it really nice. But I think that we can also do just a little bit to it now. And honestly, we could drive this the rest of the summer with the motor that's in it, you know, and get all of our parts in line for the Cummins swap, and something that we can go out and enjoy right now. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people, you take on too much project.
And you get burnout.
You get burnout. We've been there. You know, we're not telling you this because we've heard this on the internet. We're telling you this because we've done it. We've been there. We've tried to do too much. We've tried to do rotisserie restoration stuff, and it ends up costing way too much money. It takes way too much time.
Lots of frustrations.
It's terrible. And something like this is a project that you and I can do together without you getting overwhelmed, without me getting overwhelmed, and we can do it in small bites. We can paint the fenders, you know, save up some more money, some more time, paint the hood. We can fix the paint on this truck with just, you know, one piece at a time, like Johnny Cash. You know, we can just do it one piece at a time. It'll cost a couple times though, but
Jesus.
So anyhow, we're gonna talk to this dude. It's a little, what he's asking for is a little higher than what I think it's worth, so we're gonna go and chat with old dude and see if, you know, we can meet in the middle on what we both think's fair for this, and see if we can take it home. Well, we got it. I should say that she got it. She bought it with her own money. We negotiated with the guy, and he came down to what we were willing to give for it, and so now she owns it. So it's cool, man, when you're able to get your wife or girlfriend or significant other, whatever you got, man, it's cool when you can get them involved in, you know, something similar to what you do. Not only does it make it easier for, you know, you to enjoy your hobby, but it's great to, man, these things take so much time that you spend so much time in the garage away from your wife and your friends and everything. And anytime you can get the people in your life into what you're doing to where you're spending time with them while you guys are spending time working on a project, I just think it's great. So she's tickled. She's really happy with it. I think it's going to be great for, you know, the YouTube channel, for you guys. I'm really looking forward to doing this type of deal, because I mean, I understand that my race truck is not necessarily what a lot of you guys want to do. You know, I think a lot of you guys probably like watching it. You guys probably like the truck. You're into what I'm talking about. But I do know that there is, you know, a lot of you guys that you have street trucks and you want to see street truck content. You want to see what it takes to build a setup. You want to see what different people's setups do. And I think it'll be really awesome to be able to bring something like that to you guys, and it'll just add more value beyond, you know, just the the laser focus on racing and the laser focus on, you know, transmissions or drag racing suspension and stuff, and it'll just kind of broaden the horizons of you know, the information that we're able to put out there. And it'll be good for me because it'll give me some you know, some content during the downtime. Not that there's a lot of downtime with racing, but I don't necessarily race at a level in which I have to be at said event at said time. I do this when I can, because that's the only way I can do it, really. So, like, you know, say this winter or whenever we decide to, you know, get the motor and stuff yanked out of that truck and start putting the 12 valve in it and all that, it'll be good to be able to keep consistent content coming regardless if we're racing or not. So, we're gonna get this thing home. And she says it drives like a dream. She's been, you know, doing 70 miles an hour on the interstate with it and hasn't fallen apart yet. So that's pretty cool. She's actually coming up on me right now. So, pretty cool, man. It's just weird, like, looking at it, like, it just brings back memories of when I used to drive my truck. It's cool. I'm glad she's liking it. So, we're gonna get it home, and next thing will be to get it cleaned. As you see, it needs some love, it needs some cleaning. So we will get that on the next video. We'll get it cleaned up and show you guys exactly what we got, what we're working with, and let me know what you guys think, man. Or if you guys are excited for this, let me know, and let me know what you guys want to see. You know, what specific aspects of a build like this do you really want me to dive into? I love doing, you know, diving into stuff like that. So if you want to talk suspension, we are going to take this truck to the track. So if you want to talk two-wheel drive suspension, you know I love talking about that stuff. If you want to talk about boring stuff like wiring and plumbing, hey, we'll talk about all that. So get in the comments here, tell us what you think, let us know what you want to see, and we're going to keep it coming for you guys. So like always, appreciate it, and we will catch you on the next one.